Welcome back, crew. It's September, and while summer may be winding down a bit, we are still diving into new TTRPGs with our new game of the month, Into the Odd by Chris McDowell. For anybody that's not familiar with our channel, each month we pick a new RPG and we dive into it. We go over how to build a PC, we go over some of the core mechanics, and we take an in depth view of some unique features that really kind of make the system shine. And we'll also even go over how to apply some of those features to other RPGs. So this month will be no different. We're going to be focusing on the end of the odds system. Today we're going over our first impressions. Tuesday we're going to do a combined PC build as well as mechanics video, just kind of shining through how to play the end of the odds system and get your PC built for the game. And then finally we're going to be wrapping up this Wednesday, September 14th, with our actual play of End of the Odd. So one of the things one of our core missions of this channel is we wanted to get more people playing diverse RPGs. And this is myself included. I found that I was kind of getting into a rut and just kind of playing the same old systems over and over again. And one of the things we do to support that mission is we give away a copy of the PDF of the game, each actual play. So with our actual play this Wednesday, we're going to be raffling off a copy of the End of the Odds system that you could bring home to you and your crew. It'll be a PDF, so that way we can kind of send it to you right after the game, and you can get it in and play some games with you and your crew right away. So join us, drop a follow on T&J Gaming at Twitch if you haven't already, but make sure to come through this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for your chance to see this amazing system in play, and hopefully be able to bring it back to you and your crew. So, a little bit into my personal life. While we're doing a kind of a shorter month for this one, my wife and I are recreating our honeymoon trip for our anniversary, 5-year anniversary. So I'm actually going to be in Europe for the next couple weeks. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, drop a follow on Twitter. It's T&J Gaming too. I'm going to be going to Amsterdam. We're going back to Oktoberfest. So if you've ever wanted to see a 6'2" big black guy in lederhosen, that may be your chance. If you're lucky, my wife and I may throw up a picture. So drop a follow there. But let's get back into End of the Odd. So this is our End of the Odd month. And one of the reasons I chose this system for September, because it's going to be a short month for us, is it's a very easy game to pick up and play. And that's kind of how they designed it. It's really one of those ones, too, kind of similar, in a sense, similar to Blades in the Dark, where it's fiction first. But the way they've done it is kind of make it a little bit more mechanics light, so you can get into the game, get into the action quicker. So, with this system, one of my favorite things, and with our first impressions, we're just going to kind of highlight some of the things we've seen so far with the book, and just kind of going through and kind of seeing what we hope to see with the system further. So this was a little bit different from other ones because I've played a system that is based off of End of the Odd. So Karen you've probably seen some of our actual plays on that side. If you haven't, go check them out. Is based off of the End of the Odd system. So it uses a lot of the same core mechanics and resources, which kind of gives a little bit of a leg up on this one. So I know a little bit about End of the Odd as I was kind of leafing through. I'm like, this makes sense. This seems very familiar. One of my favorite pieces with this system, and it kind of shares this with Karen, is it's very easy to build a PC, which you're going to see in our video this Tuesday. You can build a PC in under 5 minutes. They have got some cool roll tables that you can go through and just kind of roll out the core attributes, the professions, the item kit or equipment loads that your character will come with. And you can do that under 5 minutes and have your PC built and be ready to jump into the game. And that's really one of the things I like with, well, I'm hoping that I'll like with this system, what I love with Karen, is you can go through and like this is one of the ones that's perfect for if somebody cancels or if you kind of have some free time and want to play a game because it doesn't take hours to build a PC. Because one of the hard things, like if you're familiar with 5e or Pathfinder or some of the other more crunchy systems, is if you try to have somebody build a PC, even somebody that's familiar with it, it can take them at least an hour because it just takes the time to kind of go through and find your concept and find where you want to have all your stats on there. It's just something that takes time and it takes a little bit of investment from your players. With this system, with the roll tables, we've done it with Karen a couple times. You can just go in, roll it with the 5 minutes right as you're starting to play and get into the action. So that's really cool. I enjoy that. And I think that's a really kind of a neat thing to have for game masters in the back pocket. Just so that you can roll out like, okay, hey guys, today we're playing Karen. Get your dice out, start rolling. Or let's say into the odd. We're playing into the odd. Get your dice out, start rolling, build your PC, and we'll jump into the fiction. And one thing I'm hoping with End of the Odd that's similar to Karen is it's even easier on the DM or the game master to be able to go through and prep. They just have to kind of go through, find a couple monsters they want to do, think of what they want to have in their dungeon, because this is Into the Odd is a dungeon crawler. Usually, you're going to be going after pieces of arcane or arcanum. So these kind of powerful arcane objects that were before that kind of existed before the world hit it to its apocalyptic state. And usually, your guys are going to be treasure hunters diving into the dark ruins, looking for new pieces of arcane might to bring back and either use for yourself or sell to the highest bidder in Bastion City. So, this is really one of those kind of cool things. I like some of the lore that they have with this too. I need to dive in a little bit more into the lore on that side. So I may have a little bit of lore either in the review video or maybe even do an additional video once I'm back stateside. But it's just kind of one of those cool ones. It's got kind of a cool aesthetic to it. And speaking of aesthetic, outside of kind of the character build rules being very easy, one of my favorite pieces of this system, or actually I should say of this book, is the art that comes along with it. They've done a very good job with the art. It just has a really kind of cool, trippy, steampunk meets fantasy type vibe, and I like it. They've really put some care and attention into the artwork. It's one of those ones that's kind of nice to flip through. It's definitely one too. It's a very inexpensive hard book, so if you do want to have like a physical copy, I recommend getting one because it's inexpensive and you can kind of go through and see the artwork and kind of be able to feel it and hold it in your hand, which is something I enjoy. Also, I always buy a hardcover when I get a new TTRPG. So check that out. In Free League, so Free League is the one that's publishing this remastering of it. So it is written by Chris McDowell, who's an independent one, but Free League's helping publish that out for them. They say it's in pre-order, but I ordered mine a couple weeks ago, and it came like within a week. So go check it out. If you want to have that system and bring it home for you and your crew, you may be able to get lucky like I did and pre-order it, but get it right away. So check that out. But overall, it's kind of a unique system on this side. It just has a really cool feel to it, a cool aesthetic to it. Very easy to build a PC. And one thing we're going to go through in our mechanics video a little bit more in depth, but the mechanics are easy. You pretty much have 3 stats you have to pay attention to: strength, will, and dexterity. And you just have to, kind of depending on what action you're taking, and they encourage you to take creative actions, your DM will call out the stat that you need to roll, and you'll usually roll a save, and you'll need to roll under that save to be able to successfully complete whatever action you're doing. So the higher your attributes, the better, because you want to have your saves below them. This is one of the few systems where if you roll a nat 1, it's a critical success, and nat 20, a critical failure. So just kind of knowing what your attributes are and hoping the dice roll low for you that day will be crucial to running this system. But overall, this is just kind of a cool system because it's very easy to play, very easy to learn, and really easy to kind of get right into the action with you and your crew. So there'll be more as we go into our next video with PC build and mechanics. But this is just one that's easy to pick up, play, and have some fun with, which is kind of why I chose it for September, because I'm going to be out of the country. I wanted one that I could kind of go through and make sure that I understood the system, as well as give good videos out for the crew on what the system does, how to interact with it. And that's what the system can do, because you can just kind of get right into it, and nothing's too complicated. You really just need a D20 and then whatever your weapon die is, and you can just play it out. So stay tuned. Tuesday, we should, hopefully, fingers crossed, have our PC build and mechanics video up. Check that out. I want to be able to build a PC in under 5 minutes, so you guys are going to see me able to put it up on, I have a little digital dice roller. We'll go through, roll those dice, get a little PDF form fillable in there, and we'll see if I can beat that 5-minute mark for building this PC while talking about it too. And then we'll go over some of the core mechanics of the system. But seriously, make sure to come through and join us this Wednesday, September 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on my channel, Tegan J Gaming at Twitch, for your chance to win a copy of this system. It'll be a PDF copy, but they still have that amazing artwork and still all the cool and goodness of the system within it. So, if you're new to the channel, drop a subscribe, drop a follow, drop a like, and then check out our Twitch and Twitters too. As I said, if you want to see some cool photos and kind of my experience in Europe, follow me on Twitter. I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm definitely looking forward to our actual play game this Wednesday, so come through and hang out. But thank you all for joining us, and until next time.